Much of our lives are constrained by the fear of failure. How do I know? It all starts with one question. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Let the list rest clearly in your mind. Would you learn to play piano? Would you take that trip to climb to base camp at Mount Everest? Start that food truck you've always wanted to do with your bestie? And then ask yourself, why aren't you doing them? You see how the fear of failure controls so much of our lives? Fear is the termite that eats away our wonder and excitement in life. So many advancements in our world came at the hands of those who were willing to take a leap of faith, who embraced that moment of decision, who refused to be held back by the fear of failure. It was the Lord Kelvin in 1895 who said that it would be 100 years before we saw aircraft heavier than air take flight. In October 1903, every renowned scientist agreed that the flight of heavier than air aircraft would be possible in 10 million years. But on December 17th, just 2 months later, Orville Wright powered an aircraft across a North Carolina beach for 12 seconds and 120 feet. But the road to success was paved by stones of failure and is still paved by stones of failure. Failure lays the groundwork for success. Often failure leads us to a place where we have no other option but to try one more time. Such was the story of an unnamed woman who overcame the fear of failure to cure a problem she had been facing for 12 years. The Gospel of Mark tells us that this woman had a health issue that led her to suffering many things from many various physicians, but she was no better. In fact, she only got worse. Doesn't this sound eerily similar to your own story? We have seen specialists, doctors, and so-called experts to guide us toward optimal health, only to find ourselves no better, or maybe even worse. We have tried all kinds of strategies to improve our marriages or businesses, discovering that we only have receipts and debts to show for our efforts. Maybe we're asking ourselves right now, what else can I do? I've tried everything. But then a new option appears on the radar. This woman, one would think, would have given up all hope of healing. But then she heard about this man named Jesus. She had heard that others had been healed by touching his garments. But could it be that simple? Could it work for her? She was out of physicians and out of options. She resolved to take the leap. She made a decision to find Jesus and simply touch the hem of his garment, and she would be healed. As she approaches him, he is surrounded. A crowd, like a celebrity appearance, pressed upon him, touching him. But they were no better. But her touch would be different. Her touch would be a touch of faith. All the faith of her life, all her hope concentrated into one finger upon one small piece of cloth, and she was healed. Today is the day to take a leap, to launch your soul into the uncharted waters of the unknown, for the sake of the compelling hope and dreams that you have. This is the moment of decision. Decide to no longer accept your current situation as it is, but to move forward, soar, and fly towards your goals. But if you can't fly, run. And if you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But no matter what, never stop moving, because you were made to move. But movement starts with a leap. Take the leap.